that on the first day in the Piyut of Shavuos, on the first day, the reasons for rejection are omitted. They're not mentioned. So you've got all the praises, and the reasons for rejection are omitted in the Machzorim, and therefore in Rishon they're happy to say it, because all we're doing is saying the praise of Odom and Noach and Avram, Yitzchak and Yaakov, without mentioning the reasons why the Torah did not want to pair up with them in order to bring the Torah down to Olam Hazeh. Masha Ein on the second day Yom Tov, it's printed warts and all. Everything is in there on the second day. It's printed that the Rebbeinu Shalom wanted to offer it to Odom, but because he couldn't even keep one mitzvah, therefore he didn't get 613 mitzvahs, and all the reasons why for rejection are there. So the question is, why on the second day? So that's why in Rishon they say it on the first day, because the reasons for rejection are not mentioned, and they don't say it on the second day because we mention all the criticism of the Ovos and the reasons for rejection. So the question is, why on the first day are the reasons for rejection printed, and on the second day they're not? And for that, because it's 8:30, and we want to hear Rabbi Sorotzkin, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow.
Why on the second day?
Why on the second day are they yesterday? First day they're not. Sorry, apologies.
Kof Tes Sivon, Tuesday the 2nd of July, Rabbi Michoel Sorotzkin, Eretz Yisroel, pre and post Chet HaMeraglim.
Good morning. How's Taos is doing? Taos is with you? Boss? Marcus Taos with us. No. Not Taos with Victoria. Yeah, so maybe. Amen.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
There's a fundamental chiluk between the approach of Yehoshua bin Nun, we read here in Chutz La'aretz this past Shabbos, and Kolev ben Yefune. As we all know, the Meraglim, I don't know if any one of you ever thought about it, but the Meraglim left on the second year, Shana Shniya, let's say some in Eretz Mitzrayim, and Choftes Sivan, nicht mehr, nicht weniger. They went for 40 days and they returned on Tisha B'Av.
Yeah.
Choftes Sivan is today. So today we have the yahrzeit of the Meraglim's departure. I chose to speak about the anniversary of the Meraglim and maybe come out with a shtickl klorkeit in the inyan of the distinction between Yehoshua ben Nun's approach to the Meraglim and Kolev ben Yefune. Maybe we'll have a shtickl havana vos tutzach in Eretz Yisroel. When they come back from their journey on Tisha B'Av, Beis Alofim Tov Mem Tes. For anybody who is interested to figuring out what kind of anniversary are, it's Beis Alofim Tov Mem Tes. Klal Yisrael came out of Mitzrayim. Beis Alofim Tov Mem Ches. They enter there at Yisrael Beis Alofim Tov Peiches, and the Chet HaMeraglim is taking place in Beis Alofim Tov Mem Tes, Choftes Sivan, through Tisha B'Av. They come back, and the Meraglim start Moitzi Diba Sa'oretz, as we read, Efes Ki Az Ha'om HaYoshev Ba'oretz, Ve'orim Betzurois Gedoylois Me'oid Ve'gam Yelidei Ho'anak Ho'inu Shom, Amalek Yoshev Be'eretz HaNegev, Ve'achiti Ve'yevusi Ve'emoiri Yoshev B'hor, Ve'aknani Yoshev Ha'layom Ve'yad HaYad. Terrible. Don't you dare think about going to Eretz Yisroel. It's a terrible land. Steht the next pasuk. Vayahas kolev es ha'om el Moshe. Zogt Rashi. What does it mean? Vayahas kolev. Hishtik. He quieted everyone down. Vayomer oloi na'ale v'yorashnu oiso ki yochol nuchalo. You're wrong. Oloi na'ale, we will go up to Eretz Yisroel, we'll conquer it, because we are able to conquer Eretz Yisroel. Rashi brings down the Gemara in Soitin Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph. Well, think about it. Klal Yisrael throughout the Midbar have gewisse tainas on Moshe Rabbeinu. They don't want to go into Eretz Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu says, "Shlach l'chol l'daitcho." Go ahead, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tell Moshe, you can go ahead and send the meraglim. The meraglim go out, 12 meraglim, and there is a consensus among 10 of them that this is a terrible place. Don't you dare do the move and don't go into Eretz Yisrael. There's one guy, one meragel. He doesn't say a word about Yeshua bin Nun. It says, Yivayas kol v'som. So the Gemara, how did he get their attention? Think about it. You come back, you have 10 guys, the vast majority of the meraglim are bashmutz in Eretz Yisrael. Yeshua bin Nun is sitting on the side, is saying no word, and then Kolev wants to get their attention. Zog the Gemara, Lishmoya Mashi Yedaber ben Moshe. It says, Vayas Kolev Moshe says, guys, you want to know? I'll tell you something about Moshe Rabbeinu. Sovach ve'omar started screaming. V'chizu bilvad osalonu ben Amram. Is this the only thing Ben Amram did to us? The people listened, thought, hashtikl zaftikl lashon hara about Moshe Rabbeinu. Umitoich shehoya belibam al Moshe b'shvil divrei hameraglim, because they had kindness on Moshe Rabbeinu because of divrei hameraglim. Why are you taking us to this land, no man's land, that we shouldn't be doing that? We should not be conquering Eretz Yisrael. Shosku kulam lishmoya gnus. No, lo man. Shh. Shah, steal. Zubel vados ben Amram. Tell us what else. Omar. He took the opportunity of the silence. Ve'alikora lonu es hayom, ve'hoirit lonu es hamon, ve'hegiz lonu es hasloch. Punk fakert. You guys are looking for some kind of zaftik lashon hara. This is the only thing Moshe Rabbeinu is doing to us against Eretz Yisrael. Who is the one who split the yam for us? Who is the one who brought us out of the man? Who is the one who's making us this love? Moshe Rabbeinu. We should go after him by Eishim and Mind to Eretz Yisrael. This is Kolev ben Yefuna's approach. Yeshua ben Yefunah, not to be mentioned. Later on, in the end, a few psukim later, it says, "V'Yeshua binu v'Kolev ben Yefunah minatorim esa'oretz koru bigdeim." They heard this ganze masu matan. They tore their garments, and Chazal say they sat on the floor as an act of availus. So Kolev is the spokesman, and Yeshua stays put. Although Yeshua bin Nun is going to be the manig who led Klal Yisrael later on to Eretz Yisrael, he is the one who is being quiet. He's not saying one word. But he joins Kolev who tore his clothes, to tear his own garment and sit with him together on the floor as an act of avelus for the merida of Chet Amarak. Would like to make a seder and what's happening over here. So always when you try to make a seder, Avu Gateman, Sefer Bereshis. Sefer Bereshis, there is the very first Havtocha HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avram Avinu about going to Eretz Yisroel. We know that there was a Bris Ben Avisorim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes Avram Avinu and he tells him, Bayoim Hahu, listen very carefully. Koras Hashem es Avram Yisrael Lezarecho nosati es Oretz Azois minehar Mitzrayim ad Nahor HaGadoil Nehar Pros. I'm giving you Eretz Yisrael from Nehar Mitzrayim. Is a shaila. What is Nehar Mitzrayim? Some Rishonim say it's Vadi El Arish. Some of them say it's the Nile, the Nilus. Minehar Mitzrayim in the south, ad Nahor HaGadoil Nehar Pros in the north. Who are the people who dwell in this territory of land from the Har Mitzrayim till the Har Pros, Es HaKeni, Es HaKnizi, V'es HaKadmoini. 3 nations, hardly heard the name, but they're called Keni, remember, Keni, Kini, Kidnizi, and Kadmoini. Those are the 3 nations who are mentioned first before any other nation. V'es HaChiti, V'es HaPrizi, V'es HaRephoim. HaRephoim is Eretz Oig, like we learned in Sefer Dvorim in the beginning of Parshas Dvorim. Rephoim is Eretz Oig. So after Kini, Knizi, and Kadmoini, we have Chiti, Prizi, Rephoim, which is Eretz Oig, a Moiri, Knani, Girgoshi, Yevusi. Canaan had 11 children. As the Ramban said, they're all really offsprings of Canaan. But when we counted, Eretz, Zion, Amamin comprised of Chiti, Prizi, Rephoim, and Moiri, Knani, Girgoshi, Yevusi. Zogt Rashi, and it's the Gemara. Esakini Knizi Kadmoini, Eser Umas Yeshka. If we count, we have the first 3, Kini Knizi Kadmoini, and the other 7. Anybody who ever learned through Shas knows Eretz Yisroel is called Eretz Zion Amami. The issue of Loisachaya Kol Neshama is Loisachaya Kol Neshama in Zion Amami. And when we the very first time in the Torah we see the Sivui of Kibush Eretz Yisroel, there are 10. There's no 7. Zok Rashi. Eser Umas Yeshkan. However, notwithstanding the above, even though Eretz Yisroel Hagdolah, the greater Israel, comprises of 10 nations, Kodesh Baruch Hu only gives Klal Yisrael 7. Ve'ashloisho, Edoim, Moav, ve'Amoin, ve'hem, Kini, Knizi, and Kadmoini, Asidim liyos Yerusha le'osid, Shene'emar, there's a posuk in Sefer Yishai and Perek Yud Aleph, Edoim u'Moav mishlach yodom u'bnei Amoin mishmatom, that will be given us in love. So Rashi makes a very, very clear chiluk that the 3, Kini, Knizi, and Kadmoini, are Amoin, and Moav, and Edoim, which we know are, if anybody looks at the map of Eretz Yisroel, they're on the east of Eretz Yisroel from north to south. Amoin, Moav, Edom in the south, and Amoin and Moav middle and north. So Rashi, although in the Haftocha for greater Eretz Yisroel given to Avram, there is the Haftocha for Eser Umois, but Bazman Hazeh v'lo inosan lohem, when they actually came to Eretz Yisroel, lo inosan lohem elo Shiva Goyim. He only gave them Shiva Goyim. And the Kini, Knizi Kadmoini, they're only going to be given to Klal Yisrael, Le'osid Lovoi. You know, if I look in Sefer Dvorim, I take a look in Sefer Dvorim, and I see when Klal Yisrael is passing by Esav and passing by Ammon and Moav, it says right at the beginning in Perek Beis in Parshas Dvorim, Atem oivrim b'gvul achechem b'nei Esav hayoshim b'seir, which is Edom, v'yiru mikeh v'nishmatem em al tisgoru bom, ki lo eten lochem me'artzom ad midrach kaf regel, ki Yerusha le'esav, this is a pasuk we know from the Agoda, nosati is our seir. Don't start up. You're passing by Edom, you're passing by Seir, but don't start up with him, because I gave the Yerusha, so Rashi, ad sheyovoi drisa yoim drisas kaf regel. So Lovoi, because Baruch is going to give back the Esav. But right now, when you're on journey, on the route to Eretz Yisroel, please note, Esav is out of the equation. Weiter, Vanefen v'navo derech midbar Moav, they go through Moav. Vayomer Hashem al totzeres Moav, ve'al tizga bo milchama, ki Yerusha libnei loit nosati es or Yerusha. Again, things repeats itself, and so on and so forth. When you come into Amoin, Ato Oiver as Gmul Moav v'korafto Gmul bnei Amoin, Al tetzuroim ve'al tizgabom, ki lo eten lacha me'eretz bnei Amoin, ki libnei loit nesatio Yerush. So very clearly, when we come to translate, to cash it to dollars and cents, to pounds and peas, pence, whatever you say here, you are getting those three nations lost in Lavoi, but when you're coming into Eretz Yisroel, leave Esau and leave Ammon and Moav. For them, you're only going to get it back lost in Lavoi. This is a portion. Pashtas, most Rishonim and most Meforshim who read the Rashi learn that B'Yesoidoi HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave Klal Yisrael Bazman Hazeh only 7 Amomim. Those are the last 7 Amomim which I mentioned in Parshas, Shlach, Nephi, and Bris Ben Abisor. The other 3 were, I don't know if anybody speaks Latin here, Ab Initio, given to Esau and Ammon and Moav, and not to be given to Klal Yisrael till the Tkuf of Achri Sayomim lost in love. This is the Parsha Pshat, Azay learned the Mizrahi, Azay learned the Maharal, and all Meforshei Rashi learned that this is the Parsha Pshat. However, if I look at the Medrash Rabbo in Parshas Lech Lecha in Bereshis, and I'm quoting, Rab Chelboi b'shem Rab Abbe b'shem Rab Yechonon, kach ol b'daita shel mokoim lehanchi loem eser amomin. Kodesh Baruch Hu really wanted to give him Bazman Hazeh, not lost in Lovoi. Now Eretz Eser Amomin. Esakini v'esaknizi v'esakadmoini. V'hoil v'loi zochu. What does it mean, loi zochu? It doesn't say, it just said 3 words. Be'emes HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to give him also kini knizi kadmoini. V'hoil v'loi zochu. Loi nosan lohem ela Eretz Zayin Amomin v'esachiti v'esaprizi. אבל אדוי ומויה ועמון לא ינוסן להם בעולם הזה ובמויס המשיח יהיו לישראל כדי למקיים האמור של הקדוש ברוך הוא. Here in the Medrash we see something else. It's not that the Kodesh Baruch Hu gave 7 lechatchila to Klal Yisrael and 3 to Ammon, Moav, and Edom as an initial master plan, and only la'achris hayom we're going to go and conquer Ammon and Moav and Edom. B'tchila hola b'daita shel mokoim to give him all 10. Hoilve, quote unquote, loizachu, it was taken away from them. Therefore, it's only going to be re-given to them again once they get to Achris Hayom. I found a phenomenal Goyen. The Goyen is in Aderes Eliyahu, Divrei Hayomim. I'd like to thank Dr. Alicia Cohen, who found it here for me here in London. It's a Yikara Metzias. Sefer Aderes Eliyahu from the Goyen Anach, which is Eina Ben Yimtzo. And the Goyen is speaking right at the beginning of Sefer Divrei Hayomim. The Goyen is speaking about the Zayin Amomin and Eser Amomin. And I'm quoting, Bnei Esau lokhu knizi mibnei Knan, ve'Ammon u'Moav lokhu kini ve'kadmoini. Ubedvorim, pnu su lochem uvoyu aro emoyre ve'el kol shchenov, omar besifri ze Ammon u'Moav ve'Edom. You know, we sit here 30, 40, 50, 60 years, everyone, lefi giloi, and we read every year Parshas Dvorim. Mileint u'meveis nishos mileint. If you open up, as soon as Klal Yisrael departs from Matan Torah, away, pnus ulochem, bayu el haro emoyre ve'el kol shchenov zokt Rashi is a sifri, go conquer Ammon u'Moav ve'Edom. There's a meferish etzivui, go and conquer Ammon u'Moav ve'Edom. Fragen alle, unten, look at the Sifri, the Natziv, all the Meforshei Sifri, Abu the Sifri. What do you mean, go? Pnu lochem es ara emoyre. We just find, take 2 prokim later, he says, don't start up with Esau, don't start up with Ammon u'Moav. Kiloi kilibnei Esau nasati es ar seir. Ammon I gave Ammon, Moav I gave Ammon. Was tut sich do? What does it mean? Zog the Goyen, listen to the Goyen. Shechotu Yisrael b'meraglim. Ne'ema lohem, be'Esau ve'Ammon u'Moav kiloi eter lochem. Says the Goyen, you know when Klal Yisrael lost those 3 initial gifts of Kini, Knizi, Kadmoini, Ammon, Moav, Edom, this is when Klal Yisrael sinned in the Meraglim. V'hainu, the Goyen says, V'moyu d'kezach, Shesomach hakosu v'azoras eretz Esau v'Ammon u'Moav l'parshas Meraglim b'sefer Dvorim. If you look at the chronological order, how the Torah sets up the plan in Parshas Dvorim, it says, don't go to Esav, don't go to Ammon, don't go to Moab, and you went to the Meraglim. Aval, zog the Goyen, umuflogim hem b'sefer b'midbor, b'maisa the koirach v'be'er. The Goyen says, if you steer it, why in Sefer b'midbor we're going to read the maisa of koirach and the be'er Parshas, koirach, chukas, bolok, we're going to read a total different Parshas of the Meraglim, Shlach, all the way to chukas. There is a difference when the Torah discusses it. And here, hence, in Parshas Dvorim, the Torah puts it together. Ammon and Moab and Edom, don't touch, don't test. With the V'tikavu Nola Kulcha, with the Vakshu, you asked me to go make the Meraglim. What happened? The Hainu Zog the Goyen, Mishum Kshekhotu Yisrael b'Meraglim Ne'ema Lohem be'Esav Ammon and Moab ki lo eten lochem. V'lochem b'Vayis Chanon Ne'ema rak Eretz Shiva Amamim. The Goyen is saying a fascinating word. You know what? The Medrash is right. Kodesh Baruch Hu didn't give 7 and 3 and lost it. What you're going to capture? Kodesh Baruch Hu gave Avram face value. Bayoyim Aru Nosen Hashem Avram Kini Knis Kadmon Yamon Moab Ve'edom was part of greater Eretz Yisroel. But something happened in between. In the middle, something happened. What happened? Chet HaMeraglim. Chet HaMeraglim happened. Kodesh Baruch Hu says, you know what? Amoyin Moab I'm giving to Lot, and Seir Edom I'm giving to Esav. This is what happened. Sidlava, the Goyen also reunites those. Sidlava, Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to let him recapture those 3 nations and get it back into greater Eretz Yisroel. You know, why was Lot Zoiche in Ammon and Moab? Got news for you. Rashi says, that's a Chazal. Bischar sheholach itoy leMitzrayim. V'shosak al masher yu oimim al ishtoi achosei. Asoyu kebnoi. Rashi in Parshas Dvorim says, why is Lot getting, in other words, Klal Yisrael loses it because of the Meraglim. But why are you giving it? Why do you bestow this courtesy of Ammon and Moab upon Lot? You know what? Because the Elta say the Lot came to passport control once at Heathrow Airport. And because of him, of Moireh from the Mitzrim, so he said a lie. He says, Achoisi. Didn't want to say Ishti. They're going to kill me. So he said it's Achoisi. Lot did not have mishpacha member. He's coming, standing on line in passport control. He could have opened his mouth, but he was quiet. So for this shtika of Lot, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes away Ammon and Moab from the Klal Yisrael because of Chet HaMeraglim, he is under the basket to capture, and he's getting 2 nations, Ammon and Moab. Those are children of Lot. They are getting this part of greater Eretz Yisrael on the eastern bank of the Jordan River. Why is Esav Zoiche in Edom? Was kommt Esav Aschus? Says the Targum Yonason. Ki le'Esav nosati Yerusha le'Esav es ar seir, arum Yerusha le'Esav yavturo de gavlo, mitul ikro de ovod le'avui. Esav is always gitzeichend in his kibud av. So for the kibud av that Esav gave his father, when Klal Yisrael was deprived from conquering Edom, this gift of Edom is given to who? To Esav. Very interesting. What is Chet HaMeraglim? We just learned. Statement on bound. V'chotu betrei. The Meraglim really had a double avera. One, shehoitziu dibas haaretz. They spoke Lashon Hara, they opened the mouth, they spoke Lashon Hara in Eretz Yisroel. Ve'oid shekofru betoivosoi shel mokoim la'achar shehoitzi mimitzrayim ve'oso loim nisim. They are lacking reciprocation of hakaras hatoiv. So Klal Yisrael does a double avera by the Meraglim. Number 1, they speak Lashon Hara. Number 2, hey, who are you playing games with? This is Moshe Rabbeinu. This is HaKadosh Baruch Hu took you out of Mitzrayim. So for those 2 elements, the Meraglim are called Chet HaMeraglim. You know? Who is sending under the basket to capture those 3 nations? Zwei Menschen. Lot mit Esav. Lot is getting his gift for what? Vavu Sheshosak. He closed his mouth and did not say one word for the shtike bakumta. So for the opening up the mouth of the meraglim, they open the mouth. Who do we give it for a zeitweilig? It's a short-term deposit till achris hayomim. Who is standing under the basket to capture it? Light. Who is getting Edom? Esav. Why? Esav was gezeichnet in the inyan of Kibbud Av. What is Kibbud Av in essence? What's the shayush of Kibbud Av? Let me share with you the words of the chinuch in Mitzvah Lamed Gimel. Roy le'odom sheyakir ve'yigmal chesed le'mi she'osa imo toivo. V'lo yiyeh novel u'misnaker ve'kfui toivo. Shezu mido ro u'meuso betachlis לפני אלוקים ואנושים וזהו עיקר העניין של מצוות כיבוד אב. The basic fundamental union of mitzvahs kibbud av is be makir b'toivosoi. Your father brought you up, you're a little baby. You know how much toil the father had to go through to bring you up? Be makir toiv. Who is getting the second chet of the meraglim? Shekofru b'toivosoi shel mokim and Moshe Rabbeinu. Who is getting it under the basket? Esav. Why is Esav the one who's getting it? Because Esav is ois gitzeichent in the middle of Kibbud Av, which is the epitome of Hakaras HaTov, which is the hepech of Tfiros HaBetavos Shel Chabad. Who is bringing back the three nations? La'asid Lovei. Just look into the scripts. Rashi, Parshas, Shlach brings the pasuk. Aval La'asid Lovei, Rashi says, it says, Edom umoyav mishlach yodom, a pasuk in Yeshaya, Perek Yud Aleph, ubnei amoy mishma'atom. You know, I don't trust Rashi. When Rashi brings something, I go to this forum shank and I take out. I took out Sefer Yeshayahu and I looked. Vesoro kinas Ephraim, vetzoyre Yehudo ikaresu. Ephraim lo yakane es Yehudo, veYehudo lo yotzor es Ephraim. Ve'ofu bekoseif plishtid yamo yachdov yovoizu es bnei kedem, Edom umoyav mishlach yodom uvnei amo mishma'atom. Zog de goyen in Yeshaya. You know what? It's going to belong to Gans Kal Yisrael Amen umoyav Edom. But who's going to bring it back? Ephraim. Who else is going to join him? Yehuda. What's the Ephraim and Yehuda? They're the agents to redeem back those Amen umoyav Edom which were taken from us by Lot and Esav. Was tutzach do? What is the missing piece of the puzzle? Let's go back. I used to have a Rebbe. It was called Horav Michoel Sorotzkin. And he used to say every time when he got back in the Tifinian, they said, the alte machleke is the Baba Rochel and the Baba Leah. So let's go to the Baba Rochel and the Baba Leah. Chazal tell us, steht in Bereshis Rabo in Perek Ayin Aleph, Leah tofso pelach hoido, ve'omdu mimenu ba'alei hoido. There is two different methods, codes of behavior between unsere beide Bobes, Rochel and Leah. Leah tofso pelach hoido. What did she say? As soon as Hashem. Who is omdu mimenu? Yehuda. What does Yehuda say? Tzotko mimeni. David. David is a descendant of Leah. Hoidu Hashem kitoiv. Daniel, also a descendant of Leah. Omar lechoel lekor avoisa mehoidu mishabechano. This is Leah who was tofsa pelach hoido. Rachel tofsa pelach shtika. Rachel was quiet. She's Moshe Simonim la'achaisa, and she's sitting there not saying a word. Ve'omdu kol boneo ba'alei mastirin. All of her descendants are people who keep quiet. Binyamin Yoshpe. The stone of Binyamin is called Yoshpe. Why is it called Yoshpe? Stating more in Seita. Yeshpe yoidea b'mechirasa shel Yosef ein lamagid. He's keeping quiet. Shaul ve'zdva hamelucha lo yigid. Shaul is ish yemini, also mishevet Binyamin mitzetzel shel Rachel. He is quiet. Esther and Esther Magedes es Amo vesmoladito. So we have antwickelt, reingestellt, engraved in the very thin body of Klal Yisrael, zwei Tchunas. From the Baba Leah, we have the Pelech Hoidah. From the Baba Rochel, we have the Pelech Shtik. Who are the ones who are bringing back Ammon and Moav ve'Edom? Ephraim and Yehuda. Who is Ephraim? A son of Yosef. Who is Yosef? A son of Rachel. Who is he joint venturing with? Yehuda. Who is Yehuda? The son of Leah. So those two Shvatim who express ultimately the inyan of Hoidah, which is Hakaras HaTov, and Shtika is keeping silent, we don't have to capture, have to close the loop and come back and bring back those two umas which were taken because, according to the Goyen, of Chet HaMeraglim, which is a joint venture combination of Midah Ra, of Hitzas Diba, which is not keeping quiet, and lack of Hakaras HaTov in Moshe Rabbeinu HaKadosh Baruch Hu was Yitzhak Mitzrayim. So it's taken away for those two Chatoim, and it's being brought back by two agents. Those two agents are two people who are ois gezeichnet from the alte Baba Rochel and Leah in those two midas of Hoidah and Shtik. Who are the Meraglim? 12 Meraglim. Who are the two exceptional Meraglim who were not Moitzi Dibas Haaretz? Yeshua and Kalev. Who is Yeshua? Just read the beginning of the Parsha. Lemate Yosef, Lemate Ephraim, Yeshua is the seventh descendant of Shevet Ephraim. Ephraim is the son of Yosef, who is the son of Rachel. This is Shtika. Yeshua is sitting there, he's quiet. The battle is going on. Bas Tofas Pelach Shtike. Vayikra is Bgadov. Shteit Gemara in Seita, he sat on the floor. But he's quiet. Kalev, on the contrary, Lemata Yehuda Kalev ben Yefuna. Kalev is a descendant of Yefuna, who is a great-grandson of Yehuda, who is Mishevet, a son of Leah. Tofas Pelach Hoidah. Vayas Kalev. V'aloi zu bilvado so Moshe Rabbeinu. V'aloi, Moshe Rabbeinu is the only thing he did. He took us out of Mitzrayim. He gave us the man. He hated us on the Saslov. So we see clearly and ultimately, if we take a journey throughout Tanakh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives them 10 umas. They lose it, according to the Goyen, Meila de Kazach. You know, you can learn and learn and learn. When you come to after Matan Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu say, go conquer Ammon and Moav of the Goyen. L'chu pnu lochem, it's a free. Go capture Ammon and Moav. And as soon as the Meraglim happened, when? Today, Chof Tes Sivan, the yard site of the Meraglim, they're going out. They lose it. For what? For their double chet in the Shtike and in the Hoidah. Who gets it? Two Goyim, Shvester Kinder, cousins, Inzerah cousin. What's Inzerah cousin? One of them is Ois Gitzeichen, Lefisha Shosak in passport control, and the other one, Lefi, shows Mechabed of in the Hakaras HaTov. And to close the loop, to bring it all back, we have him coming back on Achris Hayomim, and the two Shvatim, according to the Goyen's terminology, who bring us back are Ephraim and Yehuda, who are Ois Gitzeichen in this Midah. You know, I'm going to finish over here before I just want to say one klein avot. You know, everything is Ois Gitzeichen, Midah keneged Midah. Everything is punctilious, that's the word. Everything is Ois Gitzeichen, Midah keneged Midah. I want to tell you a gedank, which I've told Reb Chaim Kanievsky. I take 2 more minutes of your time, and I think this is the Chashivas Zman. You have a time this morning. I think there's a time also speaking about the speaker should not go over time, but there's a time given, and everybody, Baruch Hashem, gets up here, and every time I come here, it's mamish kemayim tzaydinim al nefesh hayef, to see the nice big crowd that gathers every morning for kvius for Talmud Torah Barabim. And I want to tell you one nakud. You know, there's a Goyen in Shir Hashirim. The Goyen says, Moshcheni acharecho norutzo eviani amelech hadorov. Moshcheni acharecho, says the Goyen, that's Yetzias Mitzrayim. Norutzo, Hainu diksiv vayemaharu vayavru es hayarden. Vayemaharu vayavru es hayarden. When Klal Yisrael crosses the Jordan River on the 40th year, they cross the Jordan. So it says, Moshcheni acharecho noutza mantrafen. We ran to get there. It's a so vayemaharu. I want to ask you a question. You know, the average age of people here, I would say, is probably 43. You know, how wide was the Yarden River? I got news for you. I'll share with you. The three mandamim in the Sugi and Seita and Interceptor in Seita. One guy says 35 amas, one guy says 50 amas, and the less mandama says 70 amas. Let's take the widest shita of the width of the Yarden. How much is the amo? It's machlekes Reb Chaim, none of the Chazanish. Lo v'zay fumakes, we'll take the Chazanish. 60 centimeter. 60 times 70, it's 42 meters. You guys work with meters. How long does it take to cross a street of 40 meters? No traffic. Just cross the yard. Now the Yarden was split. Did not have to go swimming through. It was an ace. Chatzoyas hayarden. Hayom rov hayonos hayarden iseloch. 42 meters. So if you walk around fast, I would say it takes around 25 seconds. If you walk around midway, it takes 35 seconds. Shabbos noch and chant, 50 seconds. Okay? So Klal Yisrael is sitting at Boim Shalom Amidbar, and they are trying to get there. It's so shtei tapasuk vayemaru. They crossed those 42 meters expedited, 20 seconds less. Und auf dem sagt Shlomo HaMelech later on, Moshcheni acharecho noutza. Was tut er? You know, the Chet HaMeraglim was Yom Lashana, Yom Lashana. Says the Goyen, it's really the Cheshbon is not right. Why? Because they left Mitzrayim on Oil Letesvov Nisan, Beis Alofin Tov Mem Ches, and they enter Eretz Yisroel Ba'asiri Lechodesh Nisan Beis Alofim Tov Peches. They're lacking 4 days. That's number one. Number two is of the Goyim. What would have been if they wouldn't have get stuck in the Midbar Boim Shana? They would take the express train. How long does it take to walk from Mitzrayim to Eretz Yisroel? Shtei Taposel. Achad Asar Yoim Mechoyev Derech Asir Ad Kadosh Baneh. The normal term of journey from wherever they were to come to Eretz Yisroel is 11 days. 11 plus 4 is 15. So they're missing 15 days. The Oynish was Yom Lashana, Yom Lashana. So they're missing 15 days. Zog the Goyen, it says, Kulum Anoshim Rosh Bnei Yisrael Emo, Rashi says, Be'oisa Shah Sheir Moyim. So if you make a cheshbon Yom Lashana, the day is 24 hours, a year is 12 months. So it comes out that every month is 2 hours. I got to cover 24 hours to 12 Chodoshim. So every month, 2 hours of the journey covers the Oynish of 1 month. Be'oisa Shah, the Goren Lake's first valley, not Be'oisa Shah, at the end of Kufa. Be'oisa Shah, at the first hour of the journey, today! Today! You know, I got news for you. State Medrash, they walked out b'Shor Shishis. I think here in London, we're right now Shor Shishis. Where right now they left this time. Be'oisa Shah, from 9 till 10, they were ksherim. So you gotta shave off. You gotta give him back the VAT refund for the 1 hour that they behaved. If 2 hours is a month, 1 hour is 15 days. So it comes out that you have to subtract from the Einish of the 40 years, 15 days, hence 4 days on the anniversary, 11 days on the normal course of journey. But as soon as they have to come to Eretz Yisroel, Mida Keneged Mida, there is no longer any justification for the reciprocation of the Einish, Vayamaru. Yes, 20 minutes, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Avasam am nicht gesindigt. When a person doesn't sin and he doesn't get an Einish, the Novi spells out in Yeshua Vayemaru, Zog the Goyen, Vayemaru, Vayavru Sayarden, Zog the Goyen, this is Moshcheni Acharecho Narutzo. Our limud from them is how important every iota, every 10 seconds of a person's life. The Novi, and thereafter in the Ksuvim, Shirashirim, according to the Goyen, writes a specific, precise pasuk to describe to us the expedited crossing the Yarden to go to Eretz Yisroel, we should learn the importance of time. Kol tov.